Hello, friends, and welcome to my current event. So, my country is Nepal, so we're going to be talking about Nepal today. Just a little background on Nepal. Nepal became a democracy just not that long ago in 2008. Before that, it was a kingdom. They had kings and royalty. As far as my global issue for my current event goes, I found this article. It's on humanrightswatch.org. A little bit about humanrightswatch.org. So humanrightswatch.org investigates and reports on abuses happening in all corners of the world. They have roughly 550 people of 70 plus nationalities who are country experts, lawyers, journalists, and others who work to protect the most vulnerable minorities and civilians and people. They do not take government funding, and they carefully review all donations to ensure they are consistent with their mission, values, and policies. So, the article that I chose was called "Did Nepal Achieve Marriage Equality? Not quite yet." This is by Kyle Knight, and it was posted December 14th, 2023. So, what happened here is Nepal celebrated their very first same-sex wedding. However, it is still virtually impossible for most queer couples to tie the knot. At the end of November, Nepal's government recognized a marriage between two Nepalian people of the same legal gender for the very first time. Maya Grung, who is a transgender woman, and Surenda Padley, who is a cisgender man. So what happened here was the couple tried to legally get married, and it was rejected, stating that the court did not recognize same-sex relationships. They appealed the decision to the Patan High Court, and it was rejected again. They appealed once more in the district of Lamjung, which is where one of the people were local to, where they were issued a temporary marriage license. So they had to appeal 2 separate times and go through court 3 different times. This whole process took months. So the district of Lamjung called for an interim order. Now, an interim order is a temporary decision while the final decision is being made. So it's kind of like a placeholder. So this interim order instructed the government to create a separate marriage register for marriages between people of the same sex as well as a third gender. So, obviously people of the different gender can get married. However, this interim order said people of the same sex or of a third gender can get married. However, it's just an interim order. It's not a law. It's just a temporary placeholder, and you still have to go through these court procedure. Third genders have been, were previously, the government recognized them. So yeah, very interesting. First gay marriage in Nepal in 2023. So why do I find this interesting? So in 2015, nearly a decade ago, is when gay marriage was legalized in the United States. However, the United States has been a democracy since 1787, so it took us how many years to get here? And also over 30 countries have legalized gay marriage. So it's almost crazy to me that this is still a discussion and still happening in so many places around the world. It kind of makes me think what else? What other I don't want to say luxuries, but honestly basic rights do we have that other countries don't have? Why does this relate to HR? So gay marriage can be a sensitive topic for people. Some people are going to be excited, some people are going to be not excited, and it's gonna be talked about in the workplace. It might create workplace tension or workplace gossip, and us as HR people are gonna have to decide what is the line between free speech and what is the line between what is just not appropriate for the workplace, and how to tell your employees that. You're gonna have to have different harassment policies and different policies in general. You're gonna have to change the terminology in your policies. Also, benefits. Now you're going to have to give benefits to people who do have same spouse couples. My questions for you, is gay marriage or queer marriage legal in your country? What is the verdict on people who are transgender, are, is that legally okay? Can they reclaim their identity? Can they change their documents to the correct gender? What about non-binary people? Do they represent a third gender? Are there multiple genders? And then what other ways does the topic of queer marriage relate to HR? Thanks, guys. Hopefully this link works because it didn't work last time.